recording. Okay. Last topic, global declaration. I think global declaration. I mean, global declaration. Okay. Ano ba? Python programming. Wait lang. Check. P326 sa akin. Ito hindi na sa akin. Na dito. Ito na lang tayo. Variables. I think the variables yun eh. Case sensitive, global variable. So this is our last topic. I think. Ito yung last topic natin. Global variable. Okay, so next topic. Python data types. Ayan, parang okay naman yung audio. Okay naman. Okay, so Python data types. So like in other programming language, we have also a data types in Python. So, yun. So what are data types? So basically a data type is the what do you call this one? Kalimutan ko na yung sasabihin ko. Anyway, variables can store data of different types. The different types can do different things. So Python has the following data types built in by default in this category. So we have the string for the text string. For the numeric type, we have int, integer, float, and complex. We have the sequence type, list, tuple, range, or array. Mapping type, dist. Set type, set, frozen set, boolean type, bool, and binary types, bytes, binary array, and memory view. Yan. So if you want to check the data type of the variable, you just use the type function. I think na-icon ko na to eh. I've already given you an example of this one. Okay. So setting the data type. So in Python, the data type is set when you assign a value to a variable. So for example, for the string, you will be using double quote or single quote. Okay lang. And then for the integer, just put the number. And then for the float, just put a decimal point value and then yun na. And then for the complex, it's a combination of a number and a character. And then for the list, using the square bracket. And then for the tuple naman, the open and close parentheses. Ayan yung example natin. And then for the range, and this for the this we have the attribute and then the value. Set using the curly brackets. Frozen set using the open and close parentheses and curly brackets. Boolean, true or false. And bytes using the B sign. And then binary, byte array using the byte array function. And then memory view. Example, do we have an example here? Yeah, meron naman tayong mga example. So, yeah. Kasi we have another topic for this data types. Okay, for example, yung list, tuple, range, and so on. Yan, yung mga array. Yan, yung list, tuples, set, and so on. So, Ayan yung mga data types natin. Move on na muna tayo. Python numbers, start. Integer, float, and complex. So, variables of numeric types are created when you assign a value to them. Wait lang. Tama. Yan. Pag whole number siya, meaning that is in an integer. Pag may decimal point naman, that is float. Kapag combination of a character and alphanumeric characters, that is a complex. Yeah. And then same if you want to know the data type of a certain variable, you will just use the type function. Parang paulit-ulit lang ito. Ayan. So int or integer is a whole number, positive or negative, without decimal points, of unlimited length. Parang na-discuss ko na to. Check ko lang. Characteristics, ay hindi pa. I think hindi pa. Hindi pa ata. Okay, let's continue. Yan, for example, this one. The class is integer. Yan, kasi whole number siya. Anything whole number, negative or positive, that is integer. So, for example, if you put a decimal point, so for example 0.6 run, so meaning this is a float, and then if we put a string a, so meaning variable z is a string. Yan. Next, float, and by float, you can use exponential power. Yung power of 10, for example. Next, casting. Sa group 1 pala yun. I've already discussed this one in group 1. Anyway. Python casting, specify a variable type. So there may be at times when you want to specify a type onto a variable. So for the casting, lang, if you want to convert a data type, for example integer, and then if you want to convert it into string, that is casting. Okay? Pag gusto mo siyang baguhin. Example. Ito, this is integer. Yan. If you will notice here, in this example, yung unang line, x is equal to int 1. So that is integer. Okay, so we don't have any problem with that. But the second line, y is equal to int 2.8. 2.8 is a float. Float siya. Pero in here, ginawa na lang niyang 2 because you converted the value float to integer. And then ito naman, yung 3, you converted, this is a string, but you converted that into integer, so that is a number, 3. Try natin. Ito, sige. Bulahin muna natin. Hindi na ganyan na. Maglagay lang tayo ng a is equal to 1, then b is equal to 2. Pero string siya. Yan, string. Try muna natin. Tanggalin ko na lang to. Anyway, so this is a string run, so it will display 1 and 2. Kapag we added another variable, a plus b, what will happen? And then print the result, c, variable c. 12. Okay? Bakit 12? Kasi this is a string and then we use the plus sign, meaning if this is concatenation. Okay? It will just join the two values. Ko-combine lang yan. So, that is 1 and 2. Okay? But, I want it to add the two numbers sana. Para ang result niya is 3. So, how to do that? Even though that this is a string, pwede natin gawin yon. So, how? So, we have to convert first. So, for example, variable a integer is equal to, we have to convert that into integer. So, a. And then, next, b integer is equal to integer b. Then here, variable a integer, variable b integer, and result. So yun, 3 na siya. Bakit 3? Because we converted the value of variable a to integer. Kahit na string ito, meron siyang double quote, we converted that into integer. Okay, yan. That is the use of casting. Integer, float, and string. Okay, so this is another example for the float, and then for the string. Yeah. So for example, for the string, S1. Okay. Try lang natin ulit. So, variable a, 1. So, that is a number. B is equal to 2. Then, C is equal to A plus B, for example. And then, print C. Result. So, the result is 3. But, if we convert the data type of A to string, so AS is equal to str A, then B string is equal to str opening close parenthesis B. Di ba yun? Okay, tama. Try natin. AS and BS. So the result is 1, 2. Oh, bakit tayo? AS. I think AS. This is a reserved word. 1, ginawa kong string, AS and BS, plus concat. Supposedly, the output is 1, 2. But, I think this is a reserved word. Paltan ko na lang. str, string. Run. Yun, 12 na. 1, 2. So, it concatenates. Again, yung kanina kasi AS is a reserved word, kaya nagkaroon siya ng error. A has a value of 1, integer. B has a value of 2. So, A and B is integer. Yung data type niya is integer. And then, we converted that into string. Yan. So, and then we created two variables. ASTR for the variable A and then BSTR for the variable variable A and variable B. And then we concatenate. Na-concatenate tayo. Kaya pinagduktong niya. So 1 and 2. Okay. So that is the use of casting. Next. String. Punta na tayo sa string. Kung ata to string manipulation. Yep. So, string in Python are surrounded by either a single quote mark or double quote. So, yun. It's either single and double quote. In other programming kasi, in other programming language, kapag double quote siya, it's a combination of two or more characters pag double quote. Pero pag single quote lang, that is a character, meaning isang pan lang, isang character lang pag single quote. But in Python, pwedeng single quote and double quote considered string. And then you can display string literal with the print function. Yan. For example, okay, next. So, assign string to a variable. So, assigning a string to a variable is done with the variable name followed by the equal sign and the string. Yung marami na tayong mga examples na ganyan. Pero yung isa, yan, multiple or multi-line string. So, you can assign a multi-line string to a variable by using the 3 quotes. Ganyan siya. Example na lang natin. Yan, triple double quote. Yan, triple double quote. 3 quotes. Yan. Kasi, if in case that we remove this one, yung dalawang double quote niya, what will happen? I think it will have an error. Yan. Kasi, this is a separate line kasi to, separate line. Separate line, separate line, separate line. Okay? Pero pag one line lang siya, pag one line lang yan, pwede. Yan. Kalaan natin. Ito okay siya kasi one line lang yan. Yan o, sa codes natin, one line lang siya. So, okay lang. Pero pag multiple lines, at pumupunta doon. Enter, enter. Ito yung multiple lines. If you are using multiple lines, gagamit ka daw ng triple double quote. Yan, okay? Hindi siya single line. Multiple line siya. Okay, next. String are arrays. Ito na yung string manipulation. So, like many other popular programming languages, string in Python are arrays of bytes representing Unicode character. However, Python does not have character data type. A single character is simply a string with a length of 1. Okay? Square brackets can be used to access the elements in the string. Ayan. Ito daw siya. Okay. We call it indexing. Try natin to. So, YE. Bakit E ang output niya? This one, this is index 0. Index 0. Tapos ito naman, index 1. So, print A index 1, which is letter E. Okay. Pag index 0 naman, H yun. H. Ayan, H. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Example, 6. Wala. Actually, meron yan eh. Space. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ito yung space niya. Okay? So, that is, we call it indexing in string. Indexing. Okay. So, get the character at position 1. Remember that the first character has the position 0 or index 0. Yung tinatawag namin index 0. But in Python, they call it position. So, looping through a string. So, since a string are array, we can loop through the characters in a string with a for loop. Ay, may looping na. Wow. Ba't masyadong advanced? Wait. Okay. Okay, wait lang class ha. Meron ata kaming so wait lang class, meron ata kaming meeting. Ano ba yun? Bakit wala? Pad async. Ano async? Okay, let's continue. Wala pa naman. Where were we? Yan. Ito kasi looping pero we have a separate lecture for the looping statement. String length. Ito na yung iba. Wala, hindi ko ito ata na-discuss sa ano. Group 1 anyway. Okay, so to get the length of a string, you will use the length function. Example, 13. Bakit 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13. Okay? So it will just count the number of characters in your string. Recorded pala to. Check string. So to check if a certain phrase or character is present in a string, we can use a keyword in. Example, we have here the string, the best things in life are free. So free. And then print free in text. True. Bakit true? That is a boolean, meaning it will check if there's a certain word on our string. Ayan siya. Next, print only if free is present. Ito conditional statement. We have another separate lecture for the conditional statement. Check if not. Ito. Check if expensive is not present in the following text. So parang kabaliktaran ito ni in. Okay? Si in, titignan niya kung may word na, for example here, free, doon sa string natin. Yung not naman, it will check if the word is not present on the string. So true or false pa rin naman yung kanito output. So expensive not in text. So tama naman, true kasi wala naman expensive doon sa word natin. Not unless paglagyan natin ng free, free, okay, false siya kasi wala naman hindi, free not false siya kasi meron naman siya. Gumamit kasi tayo ng not in. Pero pag in naman yan, magiging true yun. True kasi meron siya. So kabaliktaran lang siya. Okay? Next. We have another other topic for the conditional statement. Next, slicing string. Ito ata kami. Yan, slicing string. So you can return a range of characters by using slice syntax. Specify the start index and end index separate by colon to return a part of the string. So, hanggang 10 o'clock tayo. Okay, meron pa namang time. Ito ba yun? Tama, slicing. So, get the character from the position 2 to position 5. Take note that the 5 is not included. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Try natin. So, it will print LLO. Bakit LLO? This is index or position 0, 1, 2. So, starting with 2, 3, 4, 5. So, dapat sana kasali yung comma. Kaso nga lang, 5 is not included. Okay, so basic from our reference, 5 is not included. So, that's why we have only 3 characters displayed in our output. 2 to 5. Not unless if you want to include this comma, lagyan mo siya ng 6. Yan, meron na siyang comma. Ginagamit namin ito, nakita ko na kay Sir Jeric na ginamit niya itong ganitong strategy. How? Meron kasi yung ano. Okay. For example, TNT SMS ata yun. Check tayo ng example na message ng talk and text. Meron ba yun? Ako mahanap ng sample. Talk and text promo. And ito na lang example ito. Surf saya. Copy lang natin ito and then lagay natin dun sa code. Ayan. One line of code lang. One line of code lang siya. Ayan, one line of code ah. Ayan. Okay, so for example yan. 100 MB data, etc. So, for example, kukunin lang natin tong surf saya. Kasi ito lang naman yung kailangan natin. Okay. I-display niya yun. Palakaran na lang natin kaysa bilangin pa natin. So, for example, 50 to 60. Only all. Nasaan yung only all? Ito. Only all. So, ito siya. Dagdagan pa natin. Siguro 100. 150 to 160. Days 20. Saan yun? Ito. Ay, nasa last na siya. Bawasan pa natin. Siguro 20. 30. Ayun. Kunti na lang. So, dagdagan. Siguro, ano to? 28. 2840. Nasobrahan natin. So, sobra siya lang, bilangin na natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ibig sabihin this is 35. Then, 135. Dalawa. Bawas tayong dalawa. 6. So, 126 and 135. Yun. Mostly ginagamit ito pag, for example, naka-receive ka ng doon na lang sa sa mga promo. 'Di ba meron yung mga na if you want to register, you will ano na yun? Yung format nila. Wala pa tayo makitang example. Wala akong makita. Yung ngayon meron siyang name address, ganun. Name address. Ayan. So, for example, kukunin lang ng pag na-receive yun ng server, so ganito siya. Ayan. And then, kung kukunin lang yung specific string dun sa statement, so gagamit siya ng ganito. So, for example, ito yung pangalan niya. Example lang ito yung pangalan niya. So, pag nakuha niya na, sa kanya isi-save dun sa database. So, this is very important. Ginagamit din namin ito. Ayan, okay? Next. So, slice from the start. So, by leaving out the start index, the range will start at the first character. So, pag naka-leave daw yun, wala daw, or empty, yung first position or index natin is 0 or wala, it will start from the start. Yan. Kaya siya nag-start dun sa hello. Ay, sa H, seriously, hanggang 5. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then disregard 5. So, kaya hello lang yung nagpakita. Next. Ayun. May time pa. May time pa naman tayo. So, that is for the slicing. Wait, check lang ako. DTR, chinili lang ata. Mo, mabiro ka yung ready. Okay. Modify string. Let's continue. Ayan. For the modification of this string, yun, uppercase, lowercase. So, for example, this one, using the upper function. So, variable A will have a value of hello world string. Pag niran mo yan, it will just change the lower cases to upper cases. Same with the lower case. So, using the lower method or function. Yan. Yung capital letters, gagawin lang yung small letter. Okay? Next. Removing white space. For removing the white space, tatanggalin lang yung space. So, for example, ito. I mean, hindi yung nasa gitna, yung nasa dito. Okay? Yung nasa unahan. At the beginning and end, it will remove this space. They call it white space. So, remove any white space from the beginning or at the end. Pero yung in between, hindi niya tatanggalin. So, replacing string, you can use the replace method to replace a string to another string. Okay, so for example, Jello world. Jello. Okay, so replace H daw with J. Okay. Pag O naman, for example, O, replace O with J. Ayan. So, lahat ng O, ni-replace niya ng J. So, that is for the replace. Split string, split method splits the string into substrings if it finds instances of separation. Ayan. So, for example, split. So, sineperate niya ito and this one. Kasi gumamit tayo ng uh, so hanapin niyo yung comma and then after the comma, it will separate another value na naman for this one. So that is for the split. Next. Ayan. Oh, next method. Next na. Concatenate string. Yan. Ito yung na-con ko na ito, na-tackle ko na ito, yung concatenation. So, for the concatenation, you will just add or use the plus sign. And then, if you notice, string to string, kapag nagkaroon ka ng plus, so, it will just combine the two. So, hello world. Yan. Next. Add a space between them. Add the double quote. Naglagay lang siya ng double quote doon para magkaroon siya ng space. Okay, next. Okay, so for now, yun muna. Let's continue na lang tomorrow. Yung meron pa tayong format string and etc. Wala pa naman. Okay. Okay, so attendance muna tayo. So, p326. Line to 10. Group 2. P326 Group 2. So today is February 17. Abat. Anggote.
Present, sir.
Present. Brioso.
Present, sir.
Present. Kandagan. Cardines.
Sir, present.
Dacumos. Gapus.
Sir, present.
Garcia. Garcia wala. Gatchalian.
Present, sir, present.
Gatchalian present. Go.
Sir, present.
Sino yung susunod? Laron? Palaking ka na. Laron? Makabitas. Minus.
Present, sir.
Munar.
Present, sir. Unar.
Okasyon.
Sir, present.
Umanito.
Present, sir.
Present, sir. Present. Santos. Barrera.
Present, sir.
Bernas. Cuepo.
Sir, present po, Berna.
Bernas. Cuepo. Ganyalon.
Sir, present.
Haramilya.
Present, sir.
Montalya.
Present, sir.
Toledo.
Present po.
Villanueva.
Present, sir.
Okay, again, attendance, abat, absent, Kandaganan, Dacumos, Garcia, Laron, Macabitas, Santos, Cuepo.
Sir,
Sino,
wala po internet sila, amigo.
sino sila? Last name.
Daw po. Si Kandaganan po. Nawawala internet nila.
Sir, kako-connect ko lang, sir.
Okay, sige. Yan,
Sir.
excuse. Ayun, present.
Present, sir.
Okay, so yun lang muna. Wait, check ko lang. Ano pa? Sige, next week na lang ako magbigay ng activity regarding our, in our topic this week. Okay, any question? Any question, clarification?